Have you thought of how do plants reproduce? Well, plants reproduce either asexually or sexually. Under asexual modes of reproduction, there are multiple ways, like that of the leaves, stems, tubers, stolons, layering, grafting, cutting, etc. Whereas in sexual reproduction occurs only through the flowers. Now let's get to see more about asexual mode of reproduction. Asexual reproduction. It takes place through budding, fragmentation, vegetative propagation and spore formation. Budding is seen in hydra where an outgrowth is formed like exactly that of the mother plant. Now when the hydra is mature enough, it separates itself from the mother hydra and regenerates or grows into a new hydra. This hydra represents exactly that of the mother plant, and they thrive excellently well in stable environments. This is an example of cutting, which a plant regrows into a new plant from the old plant, and the old new plant is exactly similar to that of the older one or the parental plant. Now let's move on to sexual reproduction. Now sexual reproduction takes place through flowers that we already know. But some flowers have both the sexual parts, that is the stamen and the pistil, and are known as the bisexual flowers, whereas the flowers having only the stamen or the pistil is called a unisexual flower. Now both this male and the female gametes are produced by these flowers, which unite to form the zygote. Now the zygote divides and develops into an embryo, which later forms a seed, and the ovary forms the fruit. Let's get to see how this takes place. The mature pollen comes and sets on the stigma, and the pollen tubes formation takes place. This pollen tube reaches the ovary where the pollen nuclei fuses with that of the egg cell to form the fruit or to form the seed. Let's see it more vividly. So a mature pollen grain lands on the stigma and forms the pollen tube. This pollen tube reaches into the ovary. The generative cell divides into two sperm cells. Each of the sperm cells goes and fuses, and one forms the zygote, whereas the other forms the endosperm. And every of the ovule is fertilized. The ovary develops into the fruit, and then the fruit is ready, which we generally eat or love eating. So this is a schematic representation of the sexual reproduction taking place in the most evolved plants of our surroundings. That's a mature flower where the fusion of the egg nucleus and the sperm nucleus takes place, and it forms the zygote as well as the endosperm. Basically, the endosperm produces or provides the developing embryo with the food that is required, and it forms the seed coat also in order to protect the seed, and finally it grows into a seedling under proper conditions of water, sunlight, air, atmosphere, and it regenerates into a new plant exactly similar to that of the mother plant. Isn't this very interesting? So let's end here. Do remember how do plants reproduce. I'll get back with another video like this. Still then, stay tuned. If you have liked my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.